It is said that God cannot be present everywhere, and so he created mothers on the earth. Mother is not only an epitome of love, but also a biggest warrior. She is the one who fights against all the odds to make her child happy. She is the first teacher, a friend, guide, philosopher, and even psychologist for everyone ever born. On the occasion of the Mother's Day, I wish you all the mothers present here a very happy Mother's Day. The mission of every Toastmasters Club is to provide a supportive and a positive learning environment for whereby the members are empowered to improve their communication skills and leadership skills, thereby resulting in greater personality development and self-development. Before we move on to the meeting, let me bring to you a few ground rules that we should be following in the due course of our meeting. I request you all to please keep your mobile phones on the silent mode. I also request all the speakers and the role players not to speak about the taboo topics such as sex, politics, and religion. Please remain in a silent atmosphere so that you can hear what the speaker is speaking. Kindly be on mute. Kindly unmute yourself only when it is your turn to speak. And if you have any message to be passed across, kindly use the chat box below. With this, it is now time for me to hand over the proceedings to the presiding officer, Toastmaster Ranju. Before that, let me tell you all a few words about him. Toastmaster Ranju is currently the president of the club, and he is very dynamic and a very enthusiastic and a passionate Toastmaster. He's working with the Asian Paints. And with these words, I invite you, Toastmaster Ranju, to please take over the proceedings.
Thank you, Sergeant Arms, Toastmaster Geeta, for that wonderful introduction. So at this outset of 776 meeting, I would like to recognize our area director, Nadira Fayez, presence with us. Thank you for joining. Now I formally open the meeting number 776. And what a wonderful time for Tamil Nadu now. It is a 14-day lockdown, which is like we did not predict it will be happening, but it has happened. And but we had gone through this drill in the past, so it's nothing new for us, right? So we had many meetings where we talked about what we did in lockdowns, and I think we may have to do that again. Okay. Like there were people at homes who were complaining, like who were saying that they had to wash more dishes, and so all that. Even I have started doing all that because people are not allowed to. So let's clearly understand, and yeah, I'm not entirely delighted, but I am saying that we have to look at the positive aspect of the things, and for this lockdown, it's a special day because today is Mother's Day and we are celebrating Mother's Day. So let's take it the positive angle, and let us thank our mothers who are the reason for our existence, and who really protected and taken care of many of us, for all of us. And so it is so let's take a moment to recognize our mothers and reconnect with them. So this lockdown has made us closer to our parents, to our family, our relations. So I would like to use this few moments to say that this is a time, this is an opportunity for us to reconnect with all of our parents, and I'm sure that all of you are doing that. So so with this, it's a wonderful occasion as well. It's a prelude to our milestone meeting number 777. A lot of things are on stage for the 777 meeting also. So let's enter the meeting. So any guests who want to introduce themselves before we start the meeting? Yeah, Thomas sir. Yeah, please go ahead, sir. It's wonderful to have you with us.
Thank you. You've done it for me already. Yeah, I'm Thomas Abraham. I've been wanting to do this. I've been threatening Abhirami that I will come, Missed it every time. I said, today I'll just walk in. And here I am. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. It's wonderful. Anybody, any other guests who would like to introduce yourself?
Can I speak?
Yes, yes. Please go ahead, Vijay. Yeah.
My name is Vijay Aditya. I'm 19 years old, and this is my fourth meeting as a guest.
Okay. Right. Great. Wonderful. Wonderful to have you with us. And we would listen to you towards the end to look at your feedback for our meeting for today. So with this, now it's time to enter our meeting number 776. So today we have a very veteran Toastmaster Abhilash as our Toastmaster of the day. So he needs no further introduction. He is the upcoming president of Chennai Toastmasters and a very active Toastmaster as well. Over to you, Toastmaster Abhilash, take the meeting forward.
Thank you, presiding officer, for those warm words of introduction. Honestly, the way you spoke about the lockdown had me thinking whether you had got married from the first lockdown. So that'll be a story for another day, I guess. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and guests. It is indeed my privilege to welcome you all to our meeting 776. The theme for today, as goes by the day for today, Mother's Day, is My Mom, My Hero. Let me start off with a very quick story. Once upon a time in a kingdom, there was a king who was holding court. Suddenly, a boy came running inside crying and said, I have lost my mother. I don't know where she is. Please help me find her. The king asked, okay, describe her. And the boy replied, my mother is the most beautiful woman in the world. The king paraded the most beautiful woman of the kingdom in front of him and asked him, is this your mother? Is this your mother? And yet, he told no to each. And then finally, an ordinary looking woman came in and he told, wow, that is my mother. And he ran to her, crying and jumping with joy. That teaches us two things today. A mother's beauty, or rather, there I stand corrected, a mother's love is perhaps unparalleled by anything in this world. But today, before we go on Mother's Day, my mom, my hero, let me share a small clipping to you that, let's start the meeting with a bit more fun. And in that spirit, I'm going to share a small clipping with all of you today. So can someone just confirm if my screen is visible? The music is audible?
Yes.
Thank you.
Get up now, get up now, get up out of bed. Wash your face, brush teeth, comb, sleepy head. Here's your clothes and your shoes. Hear the words I said. Get up now. Get up and make your bed. Are you hot? Are you cold? Are you wearing that? Where's your books and your lunch and your homework? Get your coat and your gloves and your scarf and hat. Don't forget, you gotta feed the cat. Each breakfast meals which tell us it's the most important meal of all. Take vitamins so you won't grow up one day to be big and tall. Please remember the orthodontist will be seeing you at 3 today. Don't forget your piano lesson is this afternoon, so you must play. Don't shovel. Chew slowly, but hurry. The bus is here. Be careful. Come back here. Did you wash behind your ears? Put aside, don't play rough. Would you just play fair? Be polite, make a friend. Don't forget to share. Working out each turn. Never take a dead. Get along. Don't make me come down there. Clean your roof. Wash your clothes. Put your stuff away. Make your bed. Do it now. Do we have all day? Were you born in a barn? Would you like some hay? Can you eat? Can you hear a word I say? Answer the phone. Get off the phone. Don't sit so close. Turn it down. No texting at the table. No more computer time tonight. Your iPod's my iPod. If you don't listen up, where you going and with whom and what time do you think you're coming home? Say thank you, please, excuse me, makes you welcome everywhere you roam. You'll appreciate my wisdom someday when you're older and you're grown. Can't wait till you have a couple little children of your own. You'll thank me for the counsel I gave you so willingly, but right now I'll thank you not to roll your eyes at me. Close your mouth when you chew, would appreciate. Take a bite, maybe two, with the stuff you hate. Use your fork, do not burp, or I'll set you straight. Eat the food I put upon your plate. Get an egg at the door, don't start with me. Get a grip, get it here, I'll count to 3. Get a job, get a life, get a PhD, get a dose. I don't care who started in your grounded until you're 36. Get your story straight and tell the truth for once, for heaven's sake. And if all your friends jumped off a cliff, would you jump too? If I said it once, I've said at least 1,000 times before that you're too and everything must be in place. Stop crying or I'll give you something real to cry about. Wash face, brush teeth, put PJs on, get in bed, give a hug, say a prayer with them. Don't forget, I love you. And tomorrow we will do this all again because I'm not together and you don't need the reason why. Because I said so, I said so, I said so, I said so. And the mom.
So thank you, everyone. Just wanted to get off the meeting on a happy note. So as we go further, let's delve more into the theme. But for now, for the benefit of all our guests, a Toastmasters meeting has 3 parts. The first part consists of the prepared speech segment, whereby speakers who have already prepared your speeches in advance with respect to specific objectives come and deliver their speeches. The second segment of a Toastmasters meeting is the table topic segment, whereby we'll have a table topic master give you topics on the run and you're required to be spontaneous and answer them. And the final segment of a Toastmasters meeting is an evaluation segment, whereby we will be evaluating the entire meeting as well as the prepared speakers and the table topics. So these are in brief 3 segments. For now, let us move over to our general evaluator to hear what he has to say. Our general evaluator for today is Toastmaster Lakshmi Narayana. Toastmaster Lakshmi Narayana works as a software engineer in applied materials. He's the current VP Public Relations of our club and the upcoming VP membership of our club. Toastmaster Lakshmi Narayana, would you please take us through your role for today? Over to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the Day, Abhilash. It was a nice video. You need to share it with me later after this meeting. Good evening, Toastmasters and guests. This is Lakshmi Narayana, the general evaluator for today's meeting, the meeting number 776. And I wish all the mothers in this meeting a very lovely, happy Mother's Day. The quality of any club depends on the quality of each meeting by the club, which involves all members and who does the continuous improvement in their meetings. So as a general evaluator for today, I'll observe for next 2 hours of today's meeting to ensure the quality of this meeting. And major part of my observation is listening. And I'm going to do it as a team. There are 2 sets of team I have. The first one is a tag team, the timer, accounter, and grammarian. And all these 3 people will keenly observe each speakers, both prepared speeches and the table topics. And the next set of team will listen to the prepared speeches and provide their respective evaluation. I will introduce this team after the table topic session. So let me just introduce the tag team now. The first role player of the tag team is the timer. The timer who I'm going to introduce now is a very active and passionate Toastmaster who is willing to take up any roles and loves traveling, reading books, and listening music. He is working as a hardware engineer with Qualcomm, and he is none other than our Toastmaster Vignesh. Toastmaster Vignesh, please explain your role as a timer.
Thank you, General Evaluator, Toastmaster Lakshmi Narayana. Time is what we want most, but what we use worst. I will be the timer for today's meet. I will count the time and indicate with the 3 color signals such as green, amber, and red. For example, on the table topic speech, I will indicate green at 1 minute, amber at 1 minute 30 seconds, red at 2 minutes. After red signal, you can have a 30 seconds of grace period to wrap up your speech. I will share my report at the end of the meeting when called upon by General Evaluator. Thanks. Over to Toastmaster Lakshmi Narayana.
Thank you, Toastmaster Vignesh. I'll get back to you at the end of this meeting one more time. Let me introduce now the accounter for today's meeting. Today's accounter is a very young Toastmaster, a college student who loves nature and goes on a early morning cycle ride. His ambition is to get into one of the top B schools in the world. I wish him all the best to achieve that. He is our Toastmaster Tarun. Toastmaster Tarun, please explain your role as an accountant.
Thank you, General Evaluator Toastmaster Lakshmi Narayana. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and guests. The purpose of our counter is to note words and sounds that are used as crutch or pause filter by anyone who speaks. During the meeting, I will listen for overused words, including well, but, so, and you know. I will also listen for filter sounds, including and er. I will also note when a speaker repeats a word or a phrase such as I, or this means. At the end of the meeting, I will report the number of times each speaker has used the expressions. Thank you. Now over to General Evaluator Toastmaster Lakshmi Narayan.
Thank you, Toastmaster Tarun. I will get back to you again at the end of this meeting to get your account report. The last part of the tag team is the grammarian. Today's grammarian is one of the most active and a passionate Toastmaster who never says no when we ask him for any role, be it CTM or any club. He's very active in immediately access for any role. He's more enthusiastic about natural farming, mobile and web application, two are different poles, and also his his interest is on IoT, Internet of Things. He is currently working as a senior software engineer in Tech Universal. I apologize for the sounding. Our grammarian is Toastmaster Satyaraj Ramamurthy. Toastmaster Satyaraj, please explain your role as a grammarian.
Thank you, General Evaluator. Very good evening, Toastmaster and guests. As a grammarian, it is my responsibility to pay close attention to all speakers, listening carefully to their language usage. I will take note of any improper languages as well as many outstanding words, quotes, sayings, or thoughts. As a grammarian, it is also my duty to introduce the word of the day. For today's meeting, word of the day is paragon. It meaning a person or thing viewed as model of excellence. Usage: your cook is a paragon. Each speaker is encouraged to use the word of the day. I will give the grammarian report when called upon during end of the meeting. Thank you, General Evaluator. Sorry, General Evaluator. Sorry.
Thank you, Toastmaster Satyaraj. And with that, I'll hand over the control back to Toastmaster of the day. I'll again come back after the table topic session. Over to you, Toastmaster Abhilash.
Thank you, Mr. Toastmaster Lakshmi Narayana, for having taken us through your responsibilities as well as your tag team. Looking forward to hearing from you towards the end of the meeting. But for now, it is time for us to hear a quote from our quote-master. Today's quote-master is Toastmaster Nadira Faiz. She's someone who doesn't need any introduction. She's a past president of CTM and is our current area director. By profession, she's a dentist and she's been in Toastmasters for a little over 3 to 3.5 years. Toastmaster Nadira Faiz, let us hear what you have in store for us.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the day. Keeping in line with the theme of today and keeping in line with the idea that today is Mother's Day, I'm going to reiterate something which our parents tell us all the time, especially our mothers. So before we get into the quote, it's time I take you on a short journey. So let's get into this story. We go into a scenario where we're entering and we get to see this beautiful village filled with so many different types of trees. There are so many types of, plants which are grown over there, and all the villagers live in these small huts. There's this one man who got married recently, and he decided before he gets into his family life and they start a family, he's going to go get into penance and he's going to ask God for everything that he wishes for. So he goes in deep into the forest and he starts his penance. God appears in front of him and says, okay, I'm going to give you whatever you want because you've been in penance for so long. So you tell me whatever you want and it shall be given. But whatever you say will be given double to your neighbors. He gladly accepted it and he thought this was going to make his family life much better. He went home, rushed home, and he told his wife, God appeared in front of me and he has given me the boon that I can ask for anything I want and I will get it. He did not make a mention of the small clause to her. So immediately, so excited by this, his wife asked and said, ask for a big house. Let's see, let's move from this. So immediately the man makes the wish. And when they open their eyes, a beautiful bungalow is there in front of them. The woman runs inside and she screams. She's like, it's so beautiful. And then when she goes inside, from the window, she looks to the left and the right. and she realizes that on both sides the houses have become much bigger, double the size of her bungalow. Astonished by this, she comes running out and she tells her wife, you know what? It's now time to ask for 2 cars. So immediately he closes his eyes and they open and they see 2 cars in front. Immediately she checks around, right and left, 4 cars each. She's taken aback. She doesn't understand what's happening. And then she finally complains to her husband saying, it's not fair. I want us to be the richest over here. But no matter what you ask, the neighbors are getting more. How is this happening? And that time, the man patiently says, it's okay, wife. This was the thing that God said. Whatever we get, our neighbors will get double. It's okay. We are getting richer, right? The lady was not happy with this. After some time and lots of thought, she goes back to her husband and says, anything that you get, they will get double, right? Ask for him to take us back to that same small hut and also to remove the eyesight in one eye for yourself. So the man says, are you sure you want this? The wife decides, yes, this is it. She's like, yes, do it now, immediately. The man says, as you say. He makes the wish. And when they open their eyes, she's taken aback to find that they go back to that small hut, which is barely covering, and he loses eyesight. But on both sides, the riches remain. The lady is taken aback. She's like, what is happening? And at that time, God appears. And that's when he says, whatever you wish, when you wish good for others, you get lots. But when you wish bad, you get the worst, but the others, it won't change. At this time, I have a very nice quote that I liked. It hit home for me that I would like to share with you. Karen Sullivan said these wise words. In the face of adversity, we have a choice. We can either be bitter or we can become better. The choice is yours. Toastmaster of the day, what's your choice?
Thank you, Madam Quote-Master. I go with better, as I'm sure do everyone over here. Thank you for that wonderful quote. And now let us move on to what our idiom master has in store for us. To tell you all about our idiom master for today, he is Toastmaster Chirag. Toastmaster Chirag is a recently joined Toastmaster, but a very passionate one at that, and he's an income tax inspector by profession. Ask him what he likes the most about his mother, and he says, the thing that I like the most about my mother is her smile. Her smile can make any day of mine better. With these words, Toastmaster Chirag, let us hear from you what you have.
Thank you, Toastmaster Abhilash, for such a lovely introduction. I'll start with the definition. So, what is idiom? These are the words or phrases which are meant not to be taken literally, or the meaning which we are deducing from the idiom by saying is not the actual meaning. So today's idioms are, as we all know, today's Mother's Day, so I'll share some of the idioms related to mother. My first idiom is, at your mother's knee. It means the things you learned when you were a child. The things you learned when you were a child, at your mother's knee. I'll tell you with an example. She learned to sing when at her mother's knee. It means she learned to sing when she was a child. So the second idiom is everyone and his mother. It means a vast majority of people. A vast majority of people. Everyone and his mother. So I'll tell you the use of this idiom with an example also. I'm so jealous that everyone and their mother are going on vacation except me. It means I'm so jealous that a vast majority of people are going on vacation except me. So these are the idioms I wanted to share. So over to you, Toastmaster Abhilash. Thank you for giving me this opportunity.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Chirag. At your mother's knee, We all, after we grow up, we earn for that period to come back again, when we were innocent, having our mother's guidance throughout. That is a period which is a golden period which we truly earn for. So once again, thank you for those wonderful idioms. And now let's dive right into the prepared speech session. Now, the prepared speech session involves a lot of behind the scenes effort. Our speakers take a lot of effort in preparing their speech beforehand, rehearsing it and everything, and coming here to deliver. What we hear is the final delivery aspect. Something similar to that is mother's love, the constant behind the scenes presence and the guidance that a mother gives you, something which is unparalleled. And she never takes the limelight. Whatever guidance she gives you, she's always happy to see you in the limelight. And that is perhaps the purest form of love. So in that aspect, let us now go into the prepared speech session where we have our first supermom for today, Toastmaster Rekha, giving her first speech. So to tell you all...
Abhilash, sorry to interrupt. I suddenly have internet issue. Can the second speaker or third speaker be the first speaker? Meanwhile, I'll just fix it if you don't mind. Sorry.
Fair enough. Thank you, Toastmaster Rekha.
Thank you. Sorry for the confusion.
No issues. Thank you. Toastmaster Vijay Rajan.
Yes, Abhilash.
So we'll go with your speech first. So to tell you all something about Toastmaster Vijay Rajan. Toastmaster Vijay Rajan is an MBA graduate and is an entrepreneur. He's been in Toastmaster for a little over 5 years. Now, before we hear from Toastmaster Vijay Rajan, I would like his evaluator, Toastmaster Aishwarya, to read out the project objectives. Toastmaster Aishwarya, please.
Thank you, Toastmaster Abhilash. A very good evening to everyone present here. Today, my target speaker, Toastmaster Vijay Rajan, will be presenting his level 1, his second speech, that is evaluation and feedback. So the purpose of the project is for the member to present a speech on any topic, receive feedback, and apply the feedback to a second speech. The purpose of the speech is for the member to present a speech and receive feedback from the evaluator. So the speech which he is going to present now is his first speech. So all the best, Toastmaster Vijay Rajan. Over to the TMOD.
Thank you, Madam Toastmaster. Toastmaster Vijay Rajan is giving us his level 1, project 2 from the path innovative planning. The time for the speech is 5 to 7 minutes. Over to you, Toastmaster Vijay Rajan.
Today is Mother's Day, but for the past 20 days, each and every day was a Father's Day for me. My father, aged around 20, no BP, no sugar. He got infected with COVID-19 last month, 16th. It's almost 20 days have gone. On the 8th day, everybody have lost hope, including himself. Now he is perfectly all right. Now he has gone for a walking. Good evening, Toastmasters and my dear guests. Each and every day was a painful day. Each and every moment was a painful moment. Now looking back on the story, what happened? What I feel is more than the COVID-19 that has created a havoc. It is a medical mismanagement that has created havoc and pain for each and every one. Medical mismanagement from the side of the doctor, medical mismanagement from the side of the patient, medical mismanagement from the side of the caretaker, that is me. Lot of hype has been created over corona. Everybody, once the moment you hear the word COVID-19 and corona, you get into that. Doctor got mad when he heard the patient had body fever. The moment the patient told, that's my dad told that he has body pain and fever, in the prescription letter he wrote, Mr. Zombie. And straight away he told the patient that in today's scenario, body pain and fever will be considered as COVID-19. And for the first 3 days, first let us work on fever and body pain. If you don't have anything, then it's fine. But if it continues, on the 4th day, you may have a CT scan. The moment My dad heard the word COVID-19, that he's considered as a COVID-19 patient. He got aversion towards English medicine and that particular doctor. He's listening to that doctor. The moment doctor said, my dad now COVID-19, I started sensing my dad. I started thinking of how I'm going to protect my family, my mother, my child, how I'm going to protect myself, and how I'm going to protect my dad became the last part. That is, out of 100%, 20% became my dad, that is a patient. And my dad said, first point when dad said was, my body pains and it looks like a gastric problem. Somewhere a gastric kind of symptom is there. This is the point I said. Doctor did listen to this particular point. That is, he mentioned there is a gastric. But doctors started thinking about COVID-19. Second thing, doctor prescribed tablets, I get the tablets. The second mismatch happened from my dad's end. I saw after 8 days that he's taken the tablets according to his own will. He has not taken an antibiotic, and he has prescribed an antacid along with the Brufen, but he has not taken antacid, he has taken on Brufen. So it was a mismanagement from patient side. From the caretaker side, there was a mismanagement. That is, I didn't even see what has been prescribed to my dad, because everything that was running on my mind was how I'm going to protect my mother, how I'm going to protect my family, going to protect my child life, how I'm going to protect myself. So I didn't even see what has been prescribed, and I didn't closely give attention to the symptoms what my dad was having. This was third mismanagement. On the first day, he had pain, and he sarcastically said whether I'm going to be a COVID-19 patient. He didn't know the seriousness. The second day, he started having fever, and that night was hell, actually. I didn't see my dad in my whole lifetime, that particular suffering, that kind of a pain. And the next day, I took him to the clinic, the nearby clinic, and asked the doctor. And doctor was some 8 or 10 feet away from him. He was wearing all these kind of masks and other things. And what dad was speaking, the doctor couldn't listen. What the doctor was speaking, dad didn't listen. Everything was revolving around this COVID-19. On the fifth day, actually, fever got reduced. I thought the game is over. On the fourth day, he didn't have fever at all. So I thought, okay, whether it is COVID-19 or any other case, the problem is over. But fifth day, fever turned back. When the fever came back again, I got panic. And on the third day, when the fever subsided, I took the paracetamol and kept it away from my dad, because I didn't want to touch it. I didn't want to take it, paracetamol. And the next day, when again my dad fever, when I made a call to the doctor, said, continue with the paracetamol. Now I have kept the paracetamol somewhere. I didn't know where it is. So I took the prescription sheet and I went to the medical shop. And when I got the medicine, I saw it is as ibuprofen with paracetamol. It is not paracetamol, it is ibuprofen with paracetamol. And all the symptoms he has shown, that is gasping, all symptoms were gastric pain, ulcer kind of symptoms. There I thought, I know very well that ibuprofen has a potentiality of creating a side effect of gastric problem, ulcer and other things. Even though my dad gave a hint that he is having a kind of a gas pain, doctor failed to notice it and gave a medicine which can create a gastric side effect. There I realized and went to the doctor and changed the medicine. And one more thing, my dad was continuously saying, that is, he couldn't eat. He couldn't eat. And once he eats, he will be fine. That was the confidence he was having. So, but he was not ready to get hospitalized or go somewhere. One day night, on the 8th day, his oxygen level was 90. And all where I have been indicated that once you get anything less than 95, it's gone, and 90 is very serious. And that was a very tense moment for me. But my dad's very firm. He's not ready to get hospitalized. He doesn't want to come to hospital. He doesn't want to test the COVID and everything. And my clinic doctor is not ready to treat the patient because he wants to confirm that whether it is COVID or not. Plus, somehow I convinced the doctor, come or what may do, let us treat the symptom. Let my dad eat. So just treat the symptom so that once the patient is saying that he wants to eat, if he eats, he will be perfect, right? So doctor suggested that I was telling about the symptoms, what is that he's having some kind of a burn sensation from throat to stomach. When I said that symptom, doctor felt that it could be some ulcer. So we worked on that, and he gave paracetamol, pantoprazole injection with anti-vomiting injections. And immediately after taking that injection, he felt fine. And 1 or 2 days continuously, after day and evening, we were taking the same injection, and he started eating and solved all the problems. After that, he just had some body pain for next 7 days. Just recently, 2 days back, my dear friends, I heard a news from Coromandel Toastmasters Club that Toastmaster Jnana Prakasam died due to COVID-19. He did not have any serious complications. When I made a call to his daughter, her daughter said, after 4 or 5 days, he had a symptom of, he's complaining that he couldn't eat. He couldn't eat, the major complaint of him. So my dear friends, once you hear any of relatives or friends, it may happen in any families. The moment you hear the word COVID-19, don't get panic. Nothing will happen. Only 0.4% of population gets hurt with COVID-19, and just start thinking of the patient more. Give heed to the patient. Listen to the patient's each and every word. Each and every symptom can have a treatment, and treat the symptom, and the patient will be free. Over to you, TM Modi.
Thank you, Toastmaster Vijay Rajan. Indeed, a very important message in this pandemic. Do not worry, stay safe, ensure that you take appropriate precautions. That's a message for all of us. Now, moving on, let's go to the second prepared speaker for today. The second prepared speaker for today is a super mom, Toastmaster Rekha. From having combated an issue with her child since birth against the advice and advice or whatever of so many doctors, and ensuring that that issue was successfully resolved. I'm sure all of you have heard of this from her division level speech. She's an entrepreneur by profession today, having her own consulting firm for PMP called Kalpadadu. So before we hear from Toastmaster Rekha, let us hear from her evaluator, Toastmaster Vratika, on her project objectives. Toastmaster Vratika, if you could please.
Thank you, Toastmaster Abhilash. Toastmaster Rekha is presenting her Level 3 Project 1, Persuasive Speaking from Presentation Mastery Pathways. The purpose of this project is for the member to understand the types of persuasive speeches and deliver a persuasive speech in the club meeting. Timer, please note that the time limit is 5 to 7 minutes. All the best, Toastmaster Rekha. Over to you, Toastmaster Abhilash.
Thank you, Toastmaster Vratika. Toastmaster Rekha, what stops you? What stops you, Toastmaster Rekha?
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Abhilash. Like before I start the speech, apologies for the last minute confusion. So now let me start. Rekha, your speech delivery is very confusing. You have a monotone and you need to bring in voice modulation in your speech. These were the feedback from my speech evaluators. It did not stop here. At my office, after a client call, my manager spoke to me. Hey Rekha, thank you very much for leading the client call, but you need to work on your English communication. When I heard these comments and feedback, I wanted the earth to open up and swallow me. It was so embarrassing. To avoid embarrassing situations, I hesitated to give speeches. I never won a single best speaker ribbon at my club. And not to mention, I never had the courage to participate in any contest. All this happened 4-5 years ago. I took a 1 or 2 years of break from my Toastmaster journey. My monotone continued. My language proficiency did not improve. And my confidence on communication was not that great. I read a quote by John Powell, a movie composer. Communication works for those who work at it. So I got a hint that it's time for me to take action. So I rejoined CTM last June. My goal was to have better speech delivery and change my monotone. So I took up roles, gave prepared speeches. Few prepared speeches were well prepared, well practiced, and I did a decent job. But few speeches I wrote the previous night, practiced couple of times, and I gave a horrible speech. I know, my dear Toastmasters, you are also in the same boat and in the same storm. International and table topic speech contest was announced. I never had the slightest idea to participate. DTM, Lalita Giridhar's educational speech was there, which motivated me and gave a hint for my script. So I nominated myself, contacted DTM Nina John for her support, and also a storyteller outside Toastmaster. This sincerity in preparing my speech was never there in my regular club speeches. So the urge, from being an audience, my urge to become a winner took over, and my preparation did win me second place in my club level as well, the area level contest. This elevated my confidence, and then I contacted DTM Nina John as my mentor as well. Other Toastmasters like Toastmaster Venu, Toastmaster Jagdish, Toastmaster Puneet, and Toastmaster Abhilash. They were all so generous to provide their feedback, input, suggestions. And their inputs, I take this opportunity to thank them all. Their suggestions were not just on the speech, voice modulation, and the script. It went beyond the background, the position of the camera, the eye contact, and so on. I realized contest is not just about the speech or the contest. It's a journey where I learned many things about speech. My dear Toastmasters, in our club speeches, we focus only on our speech objectives. And we focus only on the speech objectives, but when it comes to contest, we think beyond. I thought, how can I connect with the audience? What words can impress them? and how can I structure my speech? These efforts won me the second place in the division level as well. In this experience of 1 to 2 months of contest preparation, I realized contest is not the destination. It is a journey, and it is an exciting journey. My dear Toastmasters, 7 to 90% of your time is spent in communications, and your life is dependent on effective communication. You have realized the importance of communication, and that is why you have joined Toastmasters. But are you effectively utilizing the time and the money and the resources? A contest utilizing the time and the resources. Okay, I'll end this speech. Sorry, back to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you, Toastmaster Rekha. Indeed, the importance of the journey being more important than the destination is something which we all do well to remember here. Thank you once again. And now let's move on to the final prepared speaker for today. The final prepared speaker for today is Toastmaster Shrikant Puttikrishnan. Toastmaster Shrikant Puttikrishnan is working in the HR department in Indian Railways and is a very senior Toastmaster. So before we go on to Toastmaster Shrikant Puttikrishnan, let us hear from his evaluator what the project objectives are. Over to you, Toastmaster Ranju.
Thank you, Toastmaster Abhilash. My target speaker, Toastmaster Shrikant, would be doing the project on motivating others. The project focuses on how people are motivated. It is designed to help building leadership skills by effectively motivating the team members. And the purpose is to motivate the team members through practicing this skill of motivating by speech. So this project is a 5 to 7 minute speech, and hope the timer has the information. All the best, Toastmaster Shrikant. Over to you, Toastmaster of the day, Abhilash.
Thank you, Toastmaster Ranju. Toastmaster Shrikant will be delivering his level 4 project 1 from the path motivational strategies. United we stand, together we win. Toastmaster Shrikant, over to you.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster of the day. Good afternoon, everybody. A very happy Mother's Day, and a very special happy Mother's Day to my mother, who's here in the audience sitting along with my family members and listening to me speak. To be a successful leader, rather a loving leader, I would like to share with you a couple of things that I have learned in my entire career in organizations that I work, and also from being a Toastmaster. The first and foremost thing that I would like to share with you to be a successful leader is that you need to be an elevator. I repeat the word elevator. See, there are people who are stuck in their life. They're in the basement of the life. They're on the ground floor. And as a leader, it is your duty to lift them up so that you can expect them to perform to the maximum ability and also to give the best that they have within themselves. It is lying dormant in each and every one of them. It is just that spark. It is just that lift that is required. And how do you give that lift to the team members who are working with you? Is by throwing a lot of praises, encouraging them, motivating them, giving them words that will really inspire them to give the best. See, when you do this, what really happens is, and it has been scientifically proven, when you encourage people, when you have good words to be spoken to them, there's something that happens in their brain. The dopamine starts secreting in their brain, and this dopamine is something which makes you feel good. People go to any extent to feel good factor. They do anything in their capacity. And there are people who ruin themselves by getting addicted to drugs, alcohol, just for the sake of that dopamine. So, though it kills them and destroys their brain, let us not get into that. But the fact is, everybody likes to be encouraged and honored. As a leader, it is your responsibility to give them a morale booster, to lead from the front, to be a good leader. This is one of the important traits that I have learned, especially after joining Toastmasters. There are people who I have taken as mentee initially who were reluctant to speak. They would come and say that, sir, I cannot speak in front of a group. I'm not good in English. I tell them, if you're not good in English, that's not a problem. I never knew English in my school days. What do you have to say? And I come thus far. And when I see that spark and ray of confidence and hope in their mind, it really inspires me that I have to give more to them. So always, as a good leader, give good words of advice and encourage them. And the second most important secret that I want to share with you, you have to be proactive as a leader. A leader is a person who leads from the front. I repeat, a person who leads from the front. Let me share an example that I faced just a couple of weeks, about a month back, when I was nominated as the presiding officer for the just concluded Tamil Nadu Lok Sabha elections for the Chepauk and Triplicane constituency. There were about 5 booths that I was in charge, and all the electronic voting machine and VVPAT, the voter verifiable machine, was also readily available the previous evening. And to remind you, just before the polling day, if the polling is to start at 7 o'clock, by 6 o'clock, there is a procedure called as mock poll to be done. And in one particular booth, there were about 5 polling officials who have to do this, and none of them were confident to do that. And you cannot start polling without conducting mock polls. They were all shivering. They were all so nervous. And the voters had started lining up. So I took the initiative. I told them, though I have seen how this machine works, but I am not sure that I can do it for you. But let us make it as a try. We unpacked the entire EVM. We disconnected all the wires that were to be disconnected. Then we have to check whether the voting machine count is showing 0. Once that is shown as 0, we have to again pack and seal with the signature of the contesting party. And we did that successfully, and the entire team did the mock poll, and the electioneering and the voting started bang at 7 o'clock in the morning. So what I would like to suggest is, as a leader, if there is a problem that your team is facing, you have to take the initiative. You cannot let them down. You have to take them along and say, yes, let us do it together. And you know what? When I was doing that mock poll, there were people watching me who were supporting me and telling me, it is not like this, you can do it that way. The spontaneity with which they came out with ideas ended up in a successful way to conduct the poll. Had that not started exactly at 7 a.m. on that particular voting day, the entire process would have been stopped, and there could have been a re-polling, and that would have come in the newspapers. We stopped that from having. So, my dear friends, each one of you are leader within yourself. You have the capacity to lift people. And remember, when you lift people, you are also lifting yourself up. The more you take people higher, the more they are also willing to take you higher. And also be proactive as a leader. Don't try to become a boss. A boss can never lead. Only a leader can lead. All the best. Have this in mind. Have a wonderful week ahead. Thank you very much for listening. Back to you, Toastmaster of the day, Abhilash.
Thank you, Toastmaster Shrikant, for that wonderful speech. Never become a boss, be a leader, for only a leader can lead. I'll be taking that statement from your speech. What a wonderful statement. Thank you once again. Now, let us move on. It is now time for the most energetic aspect of a Toastmasters meeting. It is time for our table topics session. To conduct the table topic session, we have a very passionate Toastmaster amongst us. She is Toastmaster Geeta. In Toastmasters for a little over 3 years, and at Chennai Toastmasters for over 1.5 years, she's our current Sergeant at Arms. With a passion for baking, she is indeed a unique Toastmaster whom we can all meet. So, but before we move on to Toastmaster Geeta, let us hear from the table topic evaluator, distinguished Toastmaster Nina John, on what are going to be the objectives of Toastmaster Geeta's project.
Good evening, Toastmaster today. My target speaker is actually going to be a listener rather than a speaker today. The purpose of the project is for the member to demonstrate his or her ability to listen to what others say. So she's going to conduct the table topics session, and we're going to see whether she has listened to each topic or not. Back to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you, distinguished Toastmaster Nina John. Let us all sit up, switch on our videos, and get into the table topic session. Over to you, table topic master, Toastmaster Geeta.
Good evening, everybody. It's now time for the table topic session. I know many of you dread this session the most, but trust me, I've started enjoying it. I'm sure you all will also be enjoying it. So to tell you all about this session, it's going to be a impromptu speech session wherein the speaker will be invited on the stage and the speaker will be given a topic on the spot. And the time limit is 1 to 2 minutes. So 1 minute you qualify, 1.5 minutes our timer will show you the yellow flag, and 2 minutes it's time for you to wind up your speech. I would also like to tell you all guests that this is one session where you all can also participate. I have received some guests volunteering, their names also I have received. So I have them in my mind, but it's going to be a quick session. So let's see how we go about it. To begin with the session, I invite our first speaker, Toastmaster Ashwini. Are you there, Toastmaster Ashwini?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes,
Good afternoon,
Toastmaster.
Good afternoon, Toastmaster Ashwini.
Yeah.
So here's the topic for you. Mother is the epitome of unconditional love, care, and support. Could you please enhance on this?
Can you please repeat it one more time? I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's okay, Toastmaster Ashwini. Mother is the epitome of unconditional love, care, and support.
Good evening, fellow Toastmasters. I am Ashwini, and on this special occasion, I would like to say that I'm a proud mother of 2 under 2. So she has given me a topic saying mother is the epitome of love. I didn't know the meaning of love until I became a mother. My marriage was a love marriage. I know my husband right from my childhood. I thought, okay, my love is the greatest love in the world. But then only when I gave birth to my first child, I knew what is the meaning of love. When those tiny hands just search for me, and when those little cries for asking for food, wherever in the world I was, whatever thought I was having in my mind, I would just stop instantaneously to attend to my child. I knew that was love. Even during my sleep, I could know that I knew that my baby will cry and ask for a feed. Even when I'm about to go for my work, I know that my baby will be back waiting for me. I have to return back home. So that is the unconditional love which is present for every mother. And I'm happy that I experienced this love for 2 times, and I'm experiencing throughout my life. Thank you, Toastmasters.
That was really wonderfully taken, Toastmaster Ashwini. That was really wonderful of you to tell us that the real love is the love of that you experience once you become a mother. It's really an amazing feeling when you have the tiny tots waiting for you to come, waiting for you to do everything for them, depending on you totally. That's a really very beautifully said topic. Thank you so much for that. We now move on to our next speaker. So here I invite our veteran Toastmaster, Toastmaster Nagendra Bharti. Are you there, Toastmaster Nagendra Bharti?
Yes, Madam Toastmaster.
Yes. So here's the topic for you. A bit of fragrance remains in the hands of that give away the flowers. A bit of fragrance remains in the hands that give away the flowers.
Thank you, table topic master Geeta. First of all, let me convey greetings to all the mothers and also the fathers who made them as mothers. Motherhood is definitely a great privilege and a burden. Privilege in the sense that she's going to bring out a new life into this world. To promote the world in its own way. Burden in the sense that she has to undergo the labor for 9 months. So true to that tabletop we mentioned, motherhood is also a combination of privilege and the burden. While enjoying the privilege, we should also appreciate how much burden they undergo during this labor period. That is why the word labor has also come into effect. Labor for 9 months to grow the child inside the womb, and then after it comes out as a child, spending day and night to take care of the child. The labor continues even after getting the child. At the same time, we should also remember the father's contribution in bringing up the child as well. Mother's Day, I would say that it is not only Mother's Day, but also Father's Day. We have to celebrate fathers as well in Mother's Day. Thank you. Over to you.
That was beautifully taken, Toastmaster Nagendra Bharti. The topic given to you was a bit of fragrance remains in the hands of those who give away the flowers. And you did give a good try. You tried telling that the mothers, they really undergo a lot of pain, and it is of course a privilege also, but they go on a lot of pain to bring up the children in a very good way. And once they take up the efforts of bringing up the children in a good way, they definitely turn up to be good individuals. That was really a good try on your part. Moving on. For my next topic, I would like to invite our guest, Thomas Abraham. Are you there?
Yes, ma'am. Ready?
So the topic to you is, what is the most defining moment of your life? What is the most defining moment of your life?
Thank you very much, ma'am. Giving all respect to the importance of the day, I'm going to alter history and take myself back to my childhood. I was born in Pune, and where I was till the age of 6. My oldest memory of this world is to go on my little tricycle, taking around in a room, which when I grew up and I went back and realized, I wondered how I lived here, because it was a very, very small room. And the window that used to intimidate me, I realized was shorter than me. That's another part of the story. But what I used to get was a reward from my mom. My mom was a teacher before she became a wife, and then became a wife and a mother. So I was her only sole class of one, and the hapless recipient of all her wisdom. But she also gave me, at every round that I complete on my bicycle, from the sambar that she would make, typically, as I remember, one piece of vegetable. Most children don't like vegetable, but she, I don't know, she gave me an interest in having vegetables. But she also taught me things, because she didn't have any other pupil remember that. The result of that, and this is where my life changed. I went to Kerala with my mom when I was 6. There, I wrote the 3rd standard examination and I passed. And have you heard of anyone failing a 3rd standard examination? No. With that, I started studying in the 4th standard. With that, I always had a head start throughout my life. I was always the youngest in my group. I was, therefore, in every way, I was a couple of steps ahead of my contemporaries. Only thanks to my mom, thanks to her being a teacher, and of course, my being a good student, I guess, in retrospect. I remember my mom with gratitude today. Thank you very much for the topic.
That was a wonderfully taken topic, Mr. Thomas Abraham. It was wonderfully taken. So you took us down the memory lane and you shared with us the most amazing childhood moments of your life, especially the tricycle part of it. And you also told us that you were always a few steps ahead of your counterparts because your mom was a teacher and you had enough opportunities to impart a lot of wisdom, where she could impart a lot of wisdom to you. So that has really helped you in your life. That was really wonderfully taken. Thank you so much. We move on to our next table topic speaker. So here I would like to invite Mugli. Are you there, Mugli?
Yes, Toastmaster Geeta. My name is Mugil.
Yeah, hi Mugli. So the topic for you here is, what do you love the most about yourself? What do you love the most about yourself?
Good afternoon, everyone. And it's funny I should get this topic today because the morning when I woke up, I got a gift from my husband, and it said, and he wrote a note with that, and he had said, it's time for you to practice self-love, and it's time for you to love yourself more than you start loving anyone else. Something that I really like about myself, and which has been both a really good thing and definitely.
Toastmaster Mugil, you're on mute actually.
Thank you, Toastmaster Abhilash. I did not realize. Sorry. Okay. Sorry for the inconvenience. So yeah, what I was saying was, it's funny that I got the topic today because this morning when I woke up, I got a gift from my husband with a note written on it saying, it's time you start practicing self-love. And something that I really like about myself, which has been both a gift and sometimes not a gift also, is the fact that I tend to put others before myself a lot of times, be it my parents, be it my friends, or anyone else for that matter. And it has helped me be more empathetic towards others, but at the same time, it has also helped, it's also put my needs at the back. This is something I hold dear because I've always, for me to reach this place, I've always taken it from people who are kind, people who have been kind at different points in time, be that auntie who was kind enough to show me the way when I was completely lost in a completely strange place, or be the friend who just said something really nice when I was having a bad day. And I think this is what is most important for me, to be kind and be more understanding of others. And I think that's what I really like about myself. Thank you.
That was beautifully done, Mugli. And we also learned that you are a very kind-hearted person and you put your relatives, your family, and your friends before you think about yourself. At the same time, you even told us that you have a loving and a caring husband who has also emphasized the importance of self-love, so that you also love yourself and be proud of what you're doing, and also take some quality time for yourself. That was really beautifully taken. We'll now move on to our next table topic speaker. Here I invite our area director, Toastmaster Nadira. Are you there, Toastmaster Nadira?
Yeah, I'm here.
I'm sorry to interrupt since Toastmaster Nadira has already been the courtmaster. Can we have non-role players, please?
Oh, yes. Yes, sure. I will invite somebody else. Thanks for bringing it out to me. I'm sorry, Toastmaster Nadira.
Hi, Rohit here. Can I get a topic?
Yes, sure. Yes, Rohit. Welcome you to the table topic session.
Thanks.
Okay, the topic for you here is, when you think about your home, what specially do you think of? What comes to your mind when you think about your home?
When I think about my home, thanks a lot, Table Topic Master. That's a very interesting topic. And with this topic, you will also understand how lazy I am, because when I think about my home, the first thing I think of is my bed. I like when even in office, when you are tired after a hard day's work, and you think of going to home, what I think of is going to home, washing my face, and just lying down on my bed. So when I think of home, that will be the first thing you think about. And maybe I'm lazy, or maybe that's where I get the most relaxation. Like some people, I find that they find it relaxing while watching TV or while chit-chatting with others. I find it most relaxing just lying down on my bed and pondering over. So like even for my work situations, I find it better to ponder it over calmly on my bed. And there are times when I've found real good solutions to problems just by pondering it over quietly. So that has also helped me. But yeah, maybe I'm just defending my laziness. So thank you, and back to you, Table Topic Master.
Thank you, Toastmaster Rohit. That was really beautifully taken. I'm sure you're not defending yourself. Many of us feel the same. Bed is the most comfortable place. That's exactly what many of us think. In fact, I was given a table topic last week where Toastmaster Nanda said, how does it feel like coming and throwing yourself on the bed? It definitely feels very good. And that's the most comfortable place that gives us enough peace of mind, calmness to think through things. And if that's what you really enjoy, then you don't have to label yourself to be lazy. That was beautifully taken. I think we'll have one more last table topic, a quick call to Toastmaster Venu. Are you available, Toastmaster Venu?
Yes, TD Master, I am on.
Yes, Toastmaster Venu, hello. Yeah, here's the topic for you. Best things come in small packages. Best things come in small packages.
Yeah, thank you, Table Topic Master, and good evening, Ananda. Yeah, best things comes in small packets. Need not be, but I would agree with your points. Because why I'm saying that in my life, I would say the best ever gift I got is my when I got them, they were tiny. The bundle of joy that what I got was so tiny. Now they are growing. So there is a famous saying, when the kids are growing, they were angel. Once they used to be angel, when they were growing, their wings become string. Actually, they are losing the angelic qualities. Nowadays, they are becoming so naughty, and the bundle of joy is now becoming the bundle of nuisance. So when they were so tiny, very small, they used to be the bundle of joy. Now I'm even to attend a Toastmasters meeting, I had to struggle every day. I have to lock my room. Please help me attend my meeting. That's literally I have to beg. So what I wish, they should be so tiny, the little packet, so that I can get the joy what I want. The bundle of joy, they can be every time. But I like this. This is the life. We have to accept every stages of life. But this is why I'm saying that the joy always comes in small packet. Thank you. Over to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Venu. That was really beautifully taken. I totally agree with you. Our children, our bundle of joy, can give the best of happiness to all of us. But then, yes, they have to grow with the time. The faces have to change. But then their angelic qualities, as you said, do not change. In fact, they only learn to adapt to the new things and learn to live, and they are learning to fly in life. Probably we should allow them to fly in lives and let them, so that they can take care of themselves in the near future. I totally do agree with you that the bundle of joy, the children, are the best to happen to parents. With this, we come to an end to our table topic session. I hope you all enjoyed the session, and it's time now for me to hand over the control to our Toastmaster of the day, who's been messaging me again and again to make sure that I wind up on time. Here you are, Toastmaster Vanju. I'm giving you the control on time.
Toastmaster Abhilash, got my name wrong. Thank you anyway. Thank you anyway, table topic master, Toastmaster Geeta, for a wonderful TT session. Those were indeed amazing topics. So thank you once again. Now, before we move on, can I have the timer to tell us if all the prepared speakers as well as the table topics speakers are qualified for voting, please?
Yes, Abhilash, I will share the report.
No. See, report you can share later. Just the disqualifications are
so except the Toastmaster Vijayarajan, everyone is fine within limit. Yeah.
Thank you, Toastmaster Vignesh. It is now time for us to move into the final segment of our meeting, the evaluation segment, where we are going to receive feedback. Sometimes I do wonder, around us, be it in professional lives or our educational lives, at some point there is always someone who wants us to fail so that they may succeed. But the only person who wants us to succeed always is our mother. She will constantly offer you any guidance, advice from any setback that you receive. And she ensures that you succeed. So that is the spirit of evaluation here at Toastmasters that we have. I request all our speakers, role players, everyone to take up the evaluation in the spirit. Now to conduct our evaluation session, we have our veteran Toastmaster back to stage, Toastmaster Lakshmi Narayana. Toastmaster Lakshmi Narayana, could you take us to the evaluation session?
Thank you, Toastmaster Timuri Abhilash. We are back on time, just 5 to 6 minutes delay. We are on time now. And it was an excellent prepared speeches and table topic session. And to get the feedback of how the session went on, I'm going to invite the evaluators first for the prepared speeches to evaluate the speaker one, Toastmaster Vijayarajan's speech. I invite a Toastmaster who's a fashion designer and stylist by profession and a MC by passion. And she has been the Sajara Talks in the past and an immediate past Vice President PR, and who's still helping me for all the PR activities. She's still guiding me for the PR activities. She's Toastmaster Aishwarya. Toastmaster Aishwarya, I request you to give your evaluation for this speaker one, Toastmaster Vijayarajan.
Thank you so much for the warm introduction, Toastmaster Lakshmi Narayana. Good evening to everyone present here once again, and a special good evening to my target speaker, Toastmaster Vijayarajan. So now, due to the lack of time, let me quickly go on to the places where I like the most. So number one was the introduction. So the opening was good. So it was apt to the current situation which we are in right now. So right now, we know that we are in the second wave of COVID, and the cases are like hugely increasing, and we are lacking oxygen and this, that. So we know what is exactly happening. So that situation you brought into your speech, so which was a very good, commendable one. Second one is that your narration of your story. The story which you narrated was a personal one. So it was more of an eyewitness story. So it was a personal one, and I felt that it connected to the audience very well. I was having a look at few audience who turned on the camera, so it was well connected with it, including me. I was so keen in it, so watching, so okay, next what is going to come? Okay, after this, what is going to come? So here and there I could feel the suspense, and few guessings here and there, which I taught. So the narration was very well good, very well done. So congratulations on that. And number 3 is the conclusion. So the opening, what I said, yes, it was apt to the topic, and so was the conclusion as well. So we needn't you sent a message saying that we shouldn't get panicked in this current situation. So whatever it is, like we should let's say keep ourselves aware and take the safety measures and whatnot it is. So the opening and conclusion was good. So was the narration. Now coming to the places where you can improve. Number 1 is the time management. I saw the timer was flashing the red card almost like 3 to 4 times, I believe. So number 1 is the time management. I know you have shared a personal story. I agree to that. But I wish you could have placed like only the important points alone. Like let's say, like your father got like let's say he got tested with COVID. So that was the first point. And then how did he fight or battle, something like that as your second point. And third, how did he recover? And now how is he feeling? Something like that. So I wish you could have picked up only the important scenarios. And number 2 was that when you shared about the oxygen level, this was a little bit concern to me. In this current situation, like whatever it is, we should be it in oxygen level or the temperature or whatnot it is, we should not take it granted or in an easy way. So this was a little bit a concern to me that we shouldn't. It could have been avoided, I feel. So overall, it was a good speech. So the places where you can improve is on the time management and picking up only the important points where you want to share the information. So overall, it was a good speech. Wishing you all the best for your future speeches. Over to the general evaluator.
Thank you, Toastmaster Aishwarya. It was an excellent review. Yeah, I agree with you for certain points. Evaluation point. So the speech went on for extra time. It's okay. The message you conveyed was really important for this time. And to evaluate the next speaker, I request. Okay, to evaluate our next speaker, Toastmaster Rekha, I request Toastmaster Ratika. Toastmaster Ratika is an alumni of BITS Pilani and currently work in mental graphics. And I have to mention that she was the chief editor of our newsletter, which we released recently. And she was instrumental in bringing up the design and releasing the newsletter. I request Toastmaster Ratika to give her evaluation for Toastmaster Rekha. Over to you, Toastmaster Ratika.
Thank you so much, General Evaluator. Good evening, Toastmasters and guests, and special good evening to Toastmaster Rekha. I will divide my evaluation in 2 parts, commendations and suggestions. Let us move on to the commendations first. The structure. I really like the structure of your speech, Toastmaster Rekha. You started with how you felt hesitant and embarrassed to take up speaking roles because of your feedback given by your evaluators and managers from your client calls. You also told us about how you came back to Toastmasters with full enthusiasm and determination to improve. And then you told us how you were able to ace at international speech contest by working at your monotony and language proficiency and reaching out to people. It was a complete story and we were all able to relate to it. Second, your vocal variety and connect with the audience. Your vocal variety changed from persuasive to a questioning tone very smoothly. To give an example, you asked some questions. How can I connect with my audience? How can I structure my speech? And your vocal variety reflected that questioning properly. Connect. We were able to connect to your speech because all of us have felt what you felt at some point in our lives. You also stated that 70% of our time is spent in communication and how it is important to make that time useful. Moving on to the recommendations, I would like to state a quote here. Persuasion happens to not be a science. but an art. We all know that any art is incomplete if it does not call for an action, if it does not motivate us to do something. Yes, even I want to do it. Similarly, you were able to motivate the audience and relate. We were able to relate to your story. You could just have called for an action. For example, what stops you? Is it the people around you? Is it the surroundings? Or is it you? Come on, reach out to people, mentors, and just get committed to improve yourself. In this way, you could have called for an action and left an impact, and you could have left your audience thinking, yes, even we can do it. What should we do to improve ourselves? To summarize, it was a perfectly aligned speech with the project objectives. The structure was perfectly aligned. Great vocal variety, great connect. You could just have called for an action for it to leave an impact on all of us. Thank you so much, and over to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you, Toastmaster Ritika. It was an excellent review. Evaluation. Thank you. And the next evaluator is to evaluate the third speaker, Toastmaster Shrikant Krishnan. To evaluate his speech, we have a Toastmaster who loves traveling and has a very colorful job working in Asian Paints in manufacturing. And he is our current president, Toastmaster Ranju. Toastmaster Ranju, please provide the evaluation for Toastmaster Shrikant Krishnan.
Thank you, General Evaluator, and every Toastmasters and my dear guests, and especially my target speaker, Toastmaster Shrikant Krishnan. What a wonderful speech, and a speech on leadership. So when I think about leadership, the most very good memory or point comes to my mind is an animal. It is lion. It is not the smartest or the biggest animal in the jungle, but when an elephant or any other animal sees a lion who is much smarter, it fears them. And that is something which I really relate to when I think about leadership. And you said with wonderful quotes and really good examples about leadership that today. So let me go into the details of your speech. So what went well in your speech? I loved your opening. So when you began the speech, you set the context. You set the context about how we are going to start about leadership, and you told who all are the people who are really listening to the speech and who wants to listen to this speech to understand what you're really trying to convey. So that was a good opening, which I felt, and a powerful opening. And the good use of body language and gestures is one thing which I really observed. So you were having, even though you were having a sitting posture, you tried to employ the physical gestures to the maximum. And that really helped to deliver the speech and give the message in an appropriate manner. So that is second one. And the third one is you have connected with a personal story. So you have brought up a story in between in the election booth, which could give us some sense of what you're trying to convey. So actually, you had multiple messages in the speech. One was that about appreciating who is working under you. And second one is how a leader can stand up and take the people together in the whole journey. So these are the two messages which I could take away from your speech. Now, if I have to go into a few things which we can improve or which could better the speech. So first one is that, say, I felt that as if I listen to a speech for 5 to 7 minutes, I should have a single most important message or a takeaway from this speech. So that is one thing which I was really looking forward to in that speech. And when I listened to the speech, I could hear multiple messages. So one was that we should appreciate the people. We should appreciate who was. So it is. So I could relate to appreciating our people who are working for us. So I was going into the line that this story would be connecting to this message, but it was also giving another message. So I thought if the script was structured in such a way that it can deliver a single message, because leadership is such a wide topic, and to be a leader, we need to have multiple tribes. So maybe I felt that the speech could have been a little more focused so that we could take away something solid from the speech. Although it is a very powerful speech and I really got two messages from the speech, but I felt the personal story which you narrated could be amplified and could really connect to what you are trying to say. And second one is, I also felt how the speech really connected to the topic. So the topic was united we stand, together we win. So although it at some portions it came up, I felt that how the speech really connected. So when I listened to the speech, am I just getting a like a glimpse of the speech through reading the title, which I did not. So I felt that somewhere we could work on the title too. So with all these suggestions and the recommendations which I had given, I think your speech can be taken to a next level. And I will look forward to listening to your future speeches. Thanks a lot. And over to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you, Toastmaster Raju. It was an excellent review. And now we are coming to the end of this evaluation for the prepared speeches. And here we have one more evaluation session for the table topic speeches which we had so far. And to do that, we have it's a very apt person for this evaluation, because being it's a Mother's Day and she is a mother of our Toastmaster Club. Happy Mother's Day to you, DTM Nina ma'am. Please do the honors of evaluating table topic speeches.
I totally object, General Evaluator. I'm not the mother, I'm the grandmother of this club. So
yeah, we still consider you for Mother's Day. Thank you.
Right. Thank you so much, General Evaluator, fellow Toastmasters and guests. It's my pleasant duty to evaluate Geeta Shroff on her project for listening skills. Now, this is a very tricky project because it asks you to be the Toastmaster of the day. It asks you to do the transitions, and it is basically checking your listening skills. Now, what Toastmaster Geeta has taken is a pathway of presentation mastery. So I'm going to look at this from 2 points of view. One is in terms of presentation mastery, where would you have the opportunity to deliver or listen to speeches like this or transition them? If you were, for example, conducting a webinar or a seminar or something like that, and you have listeners querying you, asking questions or whatever, that is when this particular skill comes in. Are you listening to the questions that people are delivering to you? I'm sorry, there's a car outside. I don't know if it's disturbing you also. So how do you transition from that? Have you understood the question? Do you want to paraphrase it? Do you want to buy time by doing that? And is that how you want to answer the query? So that's what you have to think of if it is presentation mastery. The second thing is I would consider is in terms of being the table topics master. As table topics master, you had a good set of topics. Although one caveat over here again is the fact that the topics were a little lengthy. Now, what happens when they are a little lengthy is that members or guests are not able to understand the full topic. So listening becomes a problem for them. So there are two things. One, you should, if possible, repeat each topic twice. Since this is the Zoom time, you can probably type it in the chat. And when you are listening to the topics, what you have to do is take a few keywords, talk about that, and transition on to the next topic. Because as a table topics master, it is also your duty to stay within the time framework given for the agenda of the club. So simply repeating the topics does not amount to listening. My problem when I did this thing was the reverse. I was in such a hurry to finish it off that I barely said one or two keywords from there and hopped on to the next speaker and the next evaluation. So I guess in summary, what we need to do is think in terms of what is the context where we would use table topics and how would we have to deal with questions from the audience or topics from the audience, or when we have 2 or 3 people in a panel discussion, how are we going to handle those? So from that point of view, I think one of the things you could have done is write down the topics or repeat it twice. But apart from that, your vocal variety, your treatment of your politeness with your audience, all of that was fabulous. Great job. Looking forward to you in other spaces as well. Back to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you, DTM Nina ma'am. It was excellent evaluation, and I think it's inputs for all the table topic masters also in general. So next time when I take table topic master, I'll consider your points as well. And thank you, ma'am. And now we move on to the tag team report, and I request the team members to give it a quick report so that we can get it on, finish it on time. So let me invite our first tag team member, the timer, Toastmaster Vignesh. Toastmaster Vignesh, please present your report.
Thanks, Toastmaster Lakshmi Narayana. I will share my report. So, prepared speaker one, Toastmaster Vijay Rajan took 10 minutes 35 seconds. So his allotted time is 7 minutes. So Toastmaster Rekha took 6 minutes 13 seconds. Toastmaster Srikanth Kuttikrishnan took 6 minutes 34 seconds. Here is the table topics speakers list. So Toastmaster Ashwini took 1 minute 18 seconds. Toastmaster Nagendra Bharati 2 minutes 08 seconds. Guest Thomas Abraham took 2 minutes 12 seconds. Toastmaster Mugil took 2 minutes 21 seconds. Toastmaster Rohit took 1 minute 29 seconds. Toastmaster Venu took 1 minute 32 seconds. In the evaluation speech, Toastmaster Aishwarya took 3 minutes 03 seconds. Toastmaster Ratika took 3 minutes 13 seconds. Toastmaster Ranju took 3 minutes 40 seconds. Distinguished Toastmaster Neena John took 3 minutes 24 seconds. These are the allotted time, but with the 30 seconds grace period, those green highlighted persons are within limit. Thanks. Over to Toastmaster Lakshmi Narayana.
Thank you to Toastmaster Vignesh for such a detailed report. Now I move on to the up counter. Toastmaster Tarun, please present your up counter report.
Thank you, Toastmaster Lakshmi Narayana. I am very happy to say that there are only few Toastmasters who have their hours in my list compared to the participants. Coming to my list, Toastmaster Vijay Rajan have 3+ hours. Toastmaster Chirag have 2 hours. Toastmaster Lakshmi Narayana have 3+ hours. Toastmaster Geeta have 3+ hours. Last but not the least, Toastmaster Ashwini have had 3+ hours, and Toastmaster Aishwarya had 3 hours. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Tarun. And now the last part of the tag team is the grammarian. I request grammarian Toastmaster Satyaraj to present this report.
Thank you, General Evaluator. I believe today miss word of the day no one use definitely. If you miss, please ping me. I will inform. The outstanding words I listen: superwoman, mock, tiny hand, head start, circumstance, delight, prelude. Then today idioms: at your mother's knee, quote, communications works for those who work at it. And some others also noted: a person's lead in front, it's a time to start self-love. Thank you. Over to General Evaluator.
Thank you, Toastmaster Satyaraj. Now we are done with the tag team report, and it's time for me to give my report, whatever I've observed so far. So to begin with, the meeting started on time. Actually, I joined just 1 minute behind. So I hear that the Sergeant at Arms was started by the time. So I apologize for my late coming, but still it looks like meeting started on time. That's a good start. And the prepared speeches went on well, though there were some glitches. It was organized very well, handled very well by Toastmaster Abhilash. So the speaker 1 has to be moved on to speaker 2, and everything was in place, and the prepared speeches were completed on time. And so also we had an excellent table topic session with limited number of people, which we tried to meet on time. I know Toastmaster Abhilash was pushing us to meet the time, the deadline. He's going to push me also to finish it on time. I agree with that. So it was, everything was done on time and with no glitches. So it went on well, and even the evaluation part was really good. So just to give my observations and suggestions on what happened so far is that there were some disturbances in some of the speeches. Some of the speakers, I know, I don't want to blame it on people. It could be because of the network disturbances. Some of the speeches were not audible, were clear. I don't know whether it's only for me. So if we can test those audio and video before, it would be much better. And some, yeah, Toastmaster Rekha was identified earlier, and she moved the speech accordingly. That's really commendable. So other than that, I didn't see any flaw in this the meeting. Everything went well, and I really appreciate for having a very good meeting. Over to you, Toastmaster Abhi.
Thank you, General Evaluator Toastmaster Lakshmi Narayana, for having conducted the evaluation session beautiful and having finished bang on time. That speaks for your efforts and dedication as a General Evaluator. So thank you once again. So now I request our host, Toastmaster Geeta, to please launch all the polls. Toastmaster Geeta.
Hello. Yes, Abhilash.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, sorry, I was on mute.
Thank you. Thank you, Toastmaster Geeta. So request everyone to vote to the best speaker, and meanwhile, let's proceed parallelly with the lovely meeting today. A big thank you to all the mothers out there for the millions of sacrifices and everything that they make to ensure that their child is in better hands and always has a better future. I would like to end by sharing one particular poem that I found really moving with all of you today. So it goes like this. Over my heart in the days that are flown, no love like mother love ever has shown. No other worship abides and endures, faithful, unselfish, and patient like yours. None like a mother can charm away pain from the sick soul and the world-weary brain. Slumber's soft calms over my heavy lead creep. Rock me to sleep, mother, rock me to sleep. I found this stanza particularly moving, so I just wanted to share this particular poem with all of you. Thank you once again for a wonderful meeting, everyone. I would now like to hand over control back to the presiding officer of today, Toastmaster Ranju. Back to you, Toastmaster Ranju.
Thank you. Thank you, Toastmaster of the day. So I can see the poll is going on right now. So I hope you all enjoyed this wonderful meeting. I would like to listen from the guests who had joined it, what they felt about the meeting and if any feedback is there. Yeah. Thomas, sir, would you like to start? If anything you want to say about the meeting.
Thank you very much. You know, I from Medley, we have completed 625th. Now, if you want to look at an elder brother, there are not many elder brothers in Chennai. That's why I've been very keen to attend your club. I had come there physically and I've delivered my speeches, but some reason or the other, you know, I kept on missing out. That's why I think Abhinami, I informed her and I've just come in. I'm glad I did that. In your format, you have a couple of extra things that we don't have, which is the idiom master and things like that. I like that variety. And secondly, how do I say that? I got a glimpse of the flashback of a product that I saw at the division contest when Toastmaster Rekha delivered her contest speech. Now I know what all went into it. I was very happy to hear the experience of a contestant and want to request every Toastmaster, your life as a Toastmaster is not full unless you contest. And it's another level of learning. Thank you very much for this opportunity.
Thank you. Thank you, sir. That was wonderful. And hope you will join us again, sir.
Sure.
Yeah. Any other guests who would like to say a few words? Mr. Vijay, if you're available. Yeah. I don't think Vijay is available. So, yeah.
I'm joined as a guest today.
Yes, please, sir. Please go ahead. Yes.
Though I'm a guest, I don't feel myself to be a guest. I'm actually feeling like it's that is the first thing which
I always appreciate of Toastmasters. And it's always a learning whenever we join Toastmasters. And as far as today, I've learned communication works for those who work at it. And I'm still working, and I'm looking forward to working more. Thank you for this opportunity.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for the words. And yeah, you don't feel like a guest anymore. So yeah, because we have seen you in the in the other meeting. So hope you will continue with us in our future meetings as well.
Certainly. Thanks, Ranju.
Any other guests who would like to say a few words? Yes, Mr. Vijay, please. Go.
Yeah, today's meeting was very useful. I learned the importance of communicating, well, the importance to speak up and things like that. And I'm looking forward for the next meeting.
Sure. Thank you. Thanks a lot. So with this, we would we have a small segment also in today's meeting. So where we introduce the members who had joined us recently in the Chennai Toastmasters Club. So I would be taking around 5 minutes of the time to introduce these newcomers in this our Chennai Toastmasters family. Yeah. So in this, so there are 5 members who I would like to welcome to Chennai Toastmasters family. So first one is Toastmaster Tarun. If you are available, you can acknowledge. And second one is Toastmaster Vignesh. Third one, Toastmaster Rohit. Fourth one is Toastmaster Senthil Kumar. And fifth one is Toastmaster Srijit Unni. Vice President Education, can I confirm all are available?
Mr. President, give me a minute. I'm just spotlighting everyone.
Yeah.
All right. I think currently Toastmasters Senthil and Srijit had to drop out due to unavoidable circumstances. Let's proceed.
Yes. Okay. Sure. So, fellow Toastmasters, it is my duty and a privilege to induct these new members into the Chennai Toastmasters Club. This is an important occasion both for these new members and for our club. These individuals have come to Toastmasters seeking to improve their communication and leadership. And we have now an opportunity to help them learn, grow, and achieve. I will now call all of these, as all of these are on this spotlight, we would continue. So you all are joining a worldwide organization that has helped more than 4 million people learn to communicate more effectively. As members of the Chennai Toastmasters Club, you will benefit from a proven program of self-development. You will become part of an outstanding group of people who are dedicated to helping one another in the spirit of sharing and enjoyment. Mr. Abhilash, Vice President Education, have these new members been given an opportunity to discuss their needs and goals with the club?
Yes, they have.
Have they been told the Toastmasters program, how the Toastmaster program works, and informed of the many benefits they will receive as well as the obligations of joining Chennai Toastmasters Club?
Yes, they are.
So may I ask who have been assigned as the mentors to these new members? Could you spotlight them as well, if it is possible? Yes.
Yes. So we have 3 new members with us today. So Toastmaster Vignesh will be mentored by Toastmaster Rekha. Toastmaster Rohit will be mentored by Toastmaster Venu, and Toastmaster Tarun will be mentored by me.
Thank you. Toastmaster Abhilash. Now, membership.
Excuse me.
Yeah.
I'm Gopal. I'm also new to this club, actually. This is my first club.
Yeah.
Yes, so Toastmaster Gopal will be conducting this ceremony in 2 tranches. We will definitely be having the next members list, the next member batch next week. So that's how we.
Mr. Gopal, actually, Toastmaster Gopal will be having it in batches. So, yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you. Sorry, I'm getting sorry for the disturbance. So membership in this club and Toastmasters International is a privilege that carries with it many rewards. Yet it places certain obligations upon you all. We are a group of people brought together to do things we could not accomplish alone. Our collective obligation is to grow and improve ourselves and to share our knowledge and experience with the fellow members in a spirit of enjoyment. This means you will work diligently towards your own self-development, evaluate others' speeches in a spirit of support and sharing, assist the club in reaching its goal, remain positive, and keep a smile on your face. We ask you, our new members, to dedicate yourself to personal growth, to share this great gift with your fellow members, and to help this Toastmasters Club to be more stronger and dynamic. So I, the President Ranju, in the presence of my fellow members of Chennai Toastmasters Club, make this firm obligation to attend. So could you all repeat with me? Yes, the new members. So I will read it sentence by sentence. Okay. So I. You can say your name. I.
Rohit.
Yeah. In the presence of my fellow members of Chennai Toastmasters Club, make this firm obligation.
In the presence of my fellow Toastmasters, make this firm obligation.
Can you repeat on?
Yeah. In the presence of my fellow members of the Chennai Toastmasters Club, make this firm obligation.
In the presence of sorry, you can
in the presence of fellow members.
Yeah, Ranju, you can go a little slowly. Do it with each phrase. Then
I will go with 3 words at a time. Okay.
Yes. Sure. Every comma you stop at.
Yeah. In the presence of my fellow members.
In the presence of
my fellow members
of the Chennai Toastmasters Club.
Of the Chennai
Toastmasters Club.
Make this firm obligation.
Make this
firm obligation.
To attend meetings regularly.
To attend
meetings regularly.
And prepare fully for each assignment.
And prepare fully for each assignment.
To apply myself to projects.
To apply myself to projects.
Outlined in the Toastmasters Education Program.
Outlined in the Toastmasters Education Program.
To participate actively in club activities.
To participate actively in club activities.
To evaluate others in a positive, constructive manner.
To evaluate others in positive, constructive manner.
To build open, friendly relations with my fellow members.
To build open friendly relations with my fellow members.
And to bring other new members into the club so that they can also benefit of Toastmastering. Are you able to hear? Yeah, okay.
Break it.
And to bring other new members into the club.
And to bring other new members
to the club.
So that they can also gain the benefits of Toastmasters.
So that they can
also benefit from the Toastmasters.
So this one, I would like to request all the members other than the new members to please unmute yourself and speak with me. Yeah. Can all the members who are attending the meeting please unmute yourself? Yes. Thank you. Other than the new members. So this is a pledge for the others, for these new members. Please repeat with me. We, the members of Chennai Toastmasters Club.
We, the members of Chennai Toastmasters Club,
pledge to support you in your quest for self-development.
Pledge to support you quest for self-development.
To provide you with positive, helpful evaluations, to maintain a friendly, supportive atmosphere,
To maintain
a friendly
and
supportive
environment.
To give you opportunities to help others.
To give you
Give the
opportunities to
opportunities
help
to
others.
others.
And to make your Toastmaster membership a rewarding and fulfilling experience.
And to make your Toastmaster membership a rewarding and fulfilling experience.
Thank you one and all for this induction ceremony. I hope the new members had got a gist of getting into Chennai Toastmasters Club, and I wish you all a wonderful journey in this ocean of learning and the oldest club in Tamil Nadu, Chennai Toastmasters Club. Congrats to all of you. Yeah.
I will.
Thank you one and all. That brings us to the end of so I'm not taking advantage of this opportunity. It is a script which has to be addressed to, and in Chennai Toastmasters Club we follow procedure word by word, so that is how it has to go. Yes, thank you. So now I would like to move into the results of today's meeting. So our best tag role player for today goes to Toastmaster Vignesh, who was part of the new member induction. A big round of applause for Toastmaster Vignesh for the best tag role player for today.
Thanks, Toastmaster Anju and everyone.
Thank you. And the best quote / idiom master for today goes to Toastmaster Chirag. A big round of applause.
Thank you, Toastmaster Anju and everyone.
Thank you. The best evaluator for today goes to Toastmaster Vratika. Our next award is for the best TT speaker. It goes to Toastmaster Thomas Abraham. Congratulations.
DTM Thomas Abraham. DTM.
Yes. DTM Thomas Abraham. Congratulations to you. Our next award goes to our best role player for today. It goes to our Toastmaster of the day, Abhilash. And finally, it brings me to the best speaker for the day. It goes to Toastmaster Srikanth Kuttikrishnan. Big round of applause.
I will.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. So,
I will.
Yeah, yes, sir. So that brings me to the end of the results announcement and to the end of this meeting as well. It has been a wonderful meeting for Toastmasters 776. And now I would like to formally adjourn this meeting. Big thanks to all of you who had joined in today on this Sunday, 4 to 6 p.m. And next week, we have a milestone meeting, 777, to give you some hints or a trailer about 777. We would go into the informal meet where our Abhilash, our Vice President Education, can